Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I welcome you all in today's online lab session. Hope you all are fine and having good health. We start today's session with the recitation of Holy Quran. Hope my voice is clear and screen share as well with you guys. Can anybody confirm me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. We continue the session with lab 3, which is to study the operation of different length of transmission line, which is the short, medium, and long transmission line using EPT lab trainer. The objective of today's lab is to study the effect of length of transmission line on voltage drop and efficiency. So in this lab, the theoretical aspect, we need to discuss the important considerations in the design and operation of the transmission line are determination of voltage drop. So voltage drop is also an essential aspect in power transmission line, which is mainly we study in most of the scenarios, because due to this loss, sufficient voltage would be lost in this aspect. So we need to improve the lackness of this voltage and to prevent our power transmission line by the voltage drop. Overall, the efficiency would be increased by the scenario. Line losses also played a vital role in the losses, and efficiency would be reduced by these line losses. Automatically, efficiency of the transmission line would be reduced if these two effects can be controlled. These values are greatly influenced by the line constants. The parameters are lump parameters of the transmission line are resistance, inductance, and capacitance of the transmission line. As seen in the previous lab, lump parameters of resistance, inductance, and capacitance we already discussed, and in theoretical background we already discussing the prospects of the power transmission line in my YouTube playlist videos of electrical power transmission line course. So for the reference, you can also see the kind of those videos in which I'm discussing the lump parameters and its calculation. As seen in the previous lab, transmission lines are classified into three types on the basis of their length, which are short, medium, and long transmission line. Mainly, the three categories are used in power transmission line. And the kV rating we already discussed in lab number 2. Now further the procedure, modeling short length of the transmission line using VT trainer. So if we want to make a short transmission line model for electrical power transmission line trainer, we need to join a single circuit. Hopefully you probably know about the trainer prospect, in which we connect the kind of connection in a single circuit. But if we make two circuit with each other, it would become the long transmission line. So there are two lines available on the trainer. We all know that line 1 and line 2. For modeling of short transmission line, we will be using line 1 only to connect and to measure the kind of monitor the effect of transmission line model specifically for the short transmission line. Only one line of circuit can be used instead of line 1 and line 2. To start this exercise, considering the transmission line 1, connect resistance and inductance in series with the line. It is to be noted that since short lines have negligible capacitances, we are not connecting any phase-to-phase capacitance. Connect the measuring instrument between the left bus away and terminals are starting the line 1. Uh, this is the proceeding by which we can connect the transmission line with the generation by the transformer. So first we need to connect a generator connection with transformer which step up the voltage, and further the secondary end of power transmission transformer connect further with the line 1 terminals of connectors. Further, all the parameters and connecting wires should be connect and make a single line of line 1 circuit, and then output could be produced at another side of receiving end of the transmission line and between the end terminals of the line 1 and right bus away. Turn off the capacitance between the active conductors and the ground called CE, which is already provided in the line. Connected the delta connected resistance resistive load with the line using jumpers. By jumper lines, we can use to connect all the kind of parameters. Further, for the reference, the below mentioned diagram is need to connect parameters. You can see the source of generator, after that the transformer, and then provide to the single line transmission line. Further, the jumper wires connected by the connectors, including with resistance, inductance could also be included because of the line inductance, resistance, capacitance. All the parameters could also be connected in these series parameters. So the starting side of transmission line, either it is a short, long, or medium transmission line. The starting end is we called a sending end voltage. Another side we called a receiving end voltage, and this side it's a load end of the receiving end. From this side, the sending end current is provided, and at this side, it's the receiving end current would be provided. Equivalent circuit model of a short line we can see in this picture. Furthermore, the modeling of medium length transmission line using EPT trainer. For modeling a medium transmission line, we will be using line 1. Start this exercise considering the transmission line 1 connected more resistance. So same we select the line 1 for power transmission line, connect more resistance and more inductances, resistance and inductance in series. As you can see in the model, more resistances and more inductances connected in series because we have the, we can say, the limitation of possibilities in the electrical power trainer. So for considering parameter, we can assume that in medium transmission line have more resistance and inductance as series as compared to a small model of transmission line. So particularly in short model of transmission line, we use more resistances and inductance in series to make the equivalency like short transmission line to become a medium transmission line. For the sake of the simplicity, we connect more resistances and inductances in series to become a model of medium transmission line. Okay, further, since due to sufficient length and voltage of the line, the capacitance effect are taken into account. We need to connect some face-to-face capacitance in the line as well for the sake of make a circuit for medium transmission and connect the measuring instruments between the left bus way and the terminals at the starting of the line 1 and between the end terminals of the line 1 and the right bus away. Turn off the capacitance between the active conductors and the ground called CE. which is the ground connected, which is already provided in the line, which is not keep capacitance moderate. Connect the delta connected resistive load with the line by using jumpers. So we all know that at the end side we need to connect a load at the end side of transmission line. So the reference medium transmission line model could be seen by this parameter. The pi model would be equivalent model of medium transmission power lines. So one side we provide a source of supply, generator and stepper transformer, and provide to the sending end voltage to the pi model of transmission line. So sending end voltage comes with the sending end current, provide to the capacitance in parallel form, and series parameters, resistance and inductance also we connect here at the end. Again, capacitor also be connect there. After that, the receiving end current provide to the load. So further parameters which we need to see at the side is A, B, C, and D are the terminal end. So A and B are the receiving end terminal, and C and D are the sending end terminal of the power transmission line. The combination of resistance and reactance became an impedance, and impedance we mostly used in AC circuits. So current which is flow from in the capacitance of parallel branch is in the terminal between C and D. That current we called ICD, and the current which is flow from A to B ends is we called IAB. So these are the modeling of pi model of medium transmission line. And before in short transmission line, the parallel capacitance are not connected because of in short transmission line the capacitors are not there due to the short length of power line transmission line, and in medium transmission line the phase to phase capacitance also be there, so we need to analyze and include it in the pi model medium power transmission line. Now we further moving towards the modeling of long length of transmission line using EPT trainer. For modeling a long transmission line, we will be using line 1 as well as line 2. So up till now, I think you understand the topology that we follow in the lab. For medium transmission line, we only use line 1, but limited sufficient parameters, only one resistance inductance. In short transmission line, which we already discussed 1 or 2 minutes before, that same resistance but include more resistance and inductance reactance in series with the parallel connecting of capacitors like in this form are connected there, and afterwards the effect of capacitors also be there, and that model by pi we make a medium transmission line. Further, in long transmission line, the model could be make line 1 and line 2 with series. Start this exercise by connecting line 2 in series with line 1. So line 1 parameters model is connected in series with line 2 become a one line of long length of transmission line model. Connect resistance and inductance in series with the line 2. Since due to sufficient length and voltage of the line, the capacitance effects are very much visible. That is why we need to connect some face-to-face capacitance in line 2 as well. This is an important effect and aspect which I need to again elaborate to you, that by including line 2 of circuit with line 1 make a long length of transmission line, and due to long length of transmission line, the capacitance should be out there because of length and voltage drop and effect of inductance increment. All the kind of these parameters could be need to reduce by the capacitance. And how we need to connect the capacitance? By creating or assuming, or we can say the making the assumption that phase to phase exist by the capacitance of value, because two conducting plates, either these are the phase line of power lines by which the electricity can flow in line 1, line 2 consideration, line 2 and line 3, or line 1 and line 3. Any one of these combination can provide us the value of capacitance, and the value of this capacitance would also be reduced voltage drop, improve the power factor, and overall the efficiency could be improved by the including of capacitance. Connect the measuring instruments between the left bus way and the terminals at the starting of the line 1, and between the end terminals of the line 2 and the right bus way. Turn on the capacitance between the active conductors and the ground, which is the C, which already provided in the line. The phase to ground capacitance also be out there, which we already seen in the this one, phase to line, phase to ground capacitance. In the trainer it was available. Connect the delta connected resistive load with the line by using jumpers. At the end, when your transmission line, either the short, medium, and long transmission line, if you want to connect the load or make a circuit completion with the load, which is the resistance value, then we need to connect the kind of values by the jumper as consideration of line to ground. Further, at the end, this model you can see it's like a long transmission line model in which you can see we provide a supply by the generator for the transformer step up of the voltage and provide to the sending end voltage. Further, the inductance resistance also be connected out there, and parallel branches of shunt capacitance and reactance also be out there in the form of admittance. The combination of series lump parameters are form impedance, and the parallel parameters lump combination are we called an impedance, admittance, sorry, that is represented by Y, and impedance represented by Z. So for long transmission line, the individual parameters also be connected in series way of line, and for the sake of the simplicity we need to create a concept of capacitance to overcome these effects, reduce line losses, and improve the power factor, reduce voltage drop, and overall the efficiency would also be included by this way of scenario. Hopefully all the things are being clear in your mind. But up till now, anyone of you with any kind of having question, please feel free to ask. I will answer the kind of question and resolve your queries if you have in your mind. I'm out there to resolve the query. So if you have the kind of question, please feel free to ask.
No, sir.
Further, after the sending end voltage, we provide to the power transmission line, and receiving end voltage we produce at the receiving end voltage. And at the load side, the output impedance can also be produced. So this is all about the long power transmission line. Further, the effect of voltage regulation in our electrical power transmission line. What are the effect of voltage regulation and how it is important to we understand? So the effect of voltage regulation that we need to be considered, like other electrical system, the transmission network also will have some voltage drop during transmitting power from sending end to receiving end. In simple words, when transmission line is carrying current, there is a voltage drop in the line due to resistance and inductance of the line. The result is that the receiving end voltage, that is denoted as VR, is less than the sending end voltage. So I was said that when the transmission line is carrying current, there is a voltage drop. So obviously the transmission line flow an electricity in the form of current as well. So there could be a voltage drop in the power transmission line due to its resistance and inductance parameters. So the result in the end side and the result of the end of transmission line is that the receiving end voltage, that is represented at VR, is less than the sending end voltage, and sending end voltage is represented by Vs. This voltage drop, the difference of sending end and receiving end, or receiving end with the sending end difference, voltage drop in the line is expressed as the percentage of receiving end voltage and is called voltage regulation. So the difference could create the voltage regulation, and since some of the parameters we can also set it a percentage voltage regulation. Hence, performance of transmission line can also be determined by its voltage regulation. If the regulation would be reduced, the efficiency performance could also be increased, and the all scenario is opposite to the vice versa. Voltage regulation of transmission line is defined as the ratio of difference between sending end and receiving end voltage to receiving end voltage of the transmission line between the condition of no load to full load as well. It is also expressed in percentage regulation, that is the formula we called the sending end voltage minus receiving end divided by the receiving end voltage multiplied by the value of 100. We got the value of percentage voltage regulation. In other scenario, the percentage voltage regulation could also be calculated by no load receiving end voltage minus full load receiving end voltage divided by the full load receiving end voltage. So it could also be found by no load parameters. Further, it is desirable that the voltage regulation of transmission line should be low. I already told you guys that the percentage voltage regulation of the transmission line should be low. Effect of line length on transmission efficiency. The power obtained at the receiving end of a transmission line is known as a transmission efficiency of the line. So how could we find the efficiency of transmission line? That is by receiving end power divided by the sending end power multiplied by the 100. We got the value of percentage in efficiency. Efficiency percentage we can also be find by this way. So if we use the open formula aspect of receiving end power, that could be receiving end voltage multiplied by the receiving end current multiplied by cos theta r. So receiving end angle of power, that would be find the phase angle difference between voltage and current phasor. The result is in form of the angle, and that angle of receiving theta is we denote at this side. Similarly, the sending end power we could also be find by sending end voltage multiply by sending end current multiply cos theta s. So the phasor of vector sending end voltage, sending end current, the difference in the form of phase we could also be find by angle theta s multiply by 100. So we could also be find by this way. Yes, Saifullah, you have raised hand. Please ask your question if you have.
सर ये cos थीटा आर और cos थीटा एस जो है ये बिल्कुल उसी तरह मालूम होगा ना जैसे सर cos थीटा और cos एस।
जी, ये इस तरह मालूम होगा ना, मैंने जिस तरह अभी बताया है मैं करता हूँ दोबारा। इन दोनों फेजर के दरमियान के डिफरेंस के एंगल को हम कहते हैं ये थीटा एस। तो जो वोल्टेज रेजिस्टर सॉरी रिसीविंग एंड के वोल्टेज सॉरी सभी तो सेंडिंग एंड की बात कर रहे हैं, सेंडिंग एंड का वोल्टेज का जो फेजर होता है उसके सिग्नल का, इसी तरह सेंडिंग एंड करंट के वैल्यू का भी एक फेजर होता है। इन सब की वेव होती है जिनको फेजर डायग्राम के अंदर इस एरो ऑफ द फेज से रिप्रेजेंट किया जाता है। ठीक है, अच्छा इनमें से एक, सॉरी मैं गलत बना दिया, एक जो है वो बनता है उस पे सॉरी रेफरेंस के लिए बनता है बी एस, ये होगा असल में, ये नहीं होगा ऊपर वाला। और ये जो एंगल यहाँ से यहाँ बनेगा दैट कुड बी थीटा एस। ये थीटा एस कहलाएगा क्योंकि यहाँ से यहाँ का हो, क्योंकि एक जो है वो रेफरेंस बनता है दोनों में से एक फेजर ना, वोल्टेज को बनाते हैं या करंट, और कॉमनली हम जो वोल्टेज का फेजर होता है उसे ही रेफरेंस बनाते हैं। तो वोल्टेज के फेजर ऑफ सिग्नल और करंट के फेजर ऑफ सिग्नल के दरमियान के इस डिफरेंस को हम फेजर एंगल कहते हैं, और वो दोनों फेजर का जो डिफरेंस होता है उसको थीटा एस से डिनोट करते हैं। सिमिलरली सेम सिनेरियो जो है वो यहाँ पे भी होगा, इन सेंडिंग एंड वोल्टेज के बजाय रिसीविंग एंड वोल्टेज और सेंडिंग एंड करंट की बजाय रिसीविंग एंड करंट, जो कि उसकी वैल्यू का रेफरेंस होगा उसको आप प्लेस करेंगे, और इन दोनों के दरमियान जो थीटा बनेगा इनके डिफरेंस है वो कहलाएगा रिसीविंग एंड का फेजर एंगल डिफरेंस। तो ये इस तरीके से निकाला जाता है, उस तरीके से प्लेस होता है, और उसका हम कॉस लेते हैं और उसके मुताबिक ये जवाब आ जाता है, मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 करते हैं और उस तरह से एफिशिएंसी ऑफ पावर ट्रांसमिशन लाइन आपको हासिल हो जाती है। अच्छा यहाँ तक क्लियर है तो पूछ लीजिए, कोई सवाल फर्दर है तो मैं जवाब दे दूंगा। If the concept is clear, then tell me. And if up till now, if you have any kind of question, so again ask. I will answer the kind of question further.
नो सर क्लियर है।
तो मैंने ये बताया कि how we could find the value of that particular receiving end theta and sending end theta by the difference of phasor angle in these two phasors. I could find the value of this one. So we also we find the voltage percentage voltage regulation and percentage transmission parameters in the form of voltage regulation and in the form of efficiency of transmission line. By these two parameters, we could also find the value of performance of power transmission line. And if we improve the lump parameters and control the losses of transmission line, then percentage voltage regulation can also be reduced. In this way, you can say some kind of low. It should be low. The percentage voltage regulation should be low. Then the overall performance could be high. Similarly, if the efficiency, if we got in too much high value, then we can say the performance is very much high and as per the desire of user. So these two parameters also provide the idea of performance of our transmission line as well. So these are the observation columns which we fill by the reading in when we physically perform the lab. Further, these are the questions which we need to answer here. Following questions are: explain the factors on which transmission line depends. On which factor transmission line depend? So we need to answer the questions. Explain factors of which transmission line depends. So factors are the lump parameters, percentage voltage regulation, efficiency, and these are the parameters on which losses could also be the effects by which efficiency reduce. So it also the performance of transmission line also depend on these parameters as well. If transmission lines power factor poor, then how we can improve it? आप में से कोई बताएगा अगर ट्रांसमिशन लाइन के पावर फैक्टर आपका पुअर हो जाए तो फिर उसको इम्प्रूव कैसे किया जा सकता है? कैन एनीबडी एक्सप्लेन? जी जनाब। अगर पावर ट्रांसमिशन लाइन का पावर फैक्टर पुअर हो जाता है तो हम उसे कैसे इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं?
सर उसमें पावर फैक्टर के कैपेसिटर्स भी तो लगते हैं ना इम्प्रूव के लिए।
जी, इसके इसके दो सोल्यूशन है। एक तो आपने बताया कि हम ट्रांसमिशन लाइन में कैपेसिटर लगा सकते हैं, लेकिन ये थोड़ा डेंजरस भी होता है और इवन इसे कनेक्ट करने के लिए अमूमन ट्रांसमिशन लाइन को आपने ऑफ भी करना होता है। कनेक्टेड लाइन में कैपेसिटर्स लगाना बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है। बाकी कैपेसिटर्स लगते हैं, सेंडिंग एंड रिसीविंग एंड पे लग सकते हैं, और बहुत जैसे हमारा 4K चुरंगी का जो टावर है उसके राइट साइड पे एक टावर लगा हुआ है, उसके ऊपर कैपेसिटर है। और जो 4K चुरंगी से पहले कुछ टावर में एक और में भी कैपेसिटर लगा हुआ है। तो ये दो टावर में तो मैंने देखे हैं कैपेसिटर्स लगे हुए। और सेंडिंग एंड रिसीविंग एंड के ऊपर जो उसके ग्रिड स्टेशन होते हैं उनपे भी कैपेसिटर इंप्रूव करने के लिए कैपेसिटर्स लगाए जाते हैं पावर फिल्टर इंप्रूव करने के लिए। ये तो एक हल हो गया कैपेसिटर्स के जरिए पावर फिल्टर इंप्रूव करने के, और इसके तरीके और इसके कॉन्सेप्ट्स क्या हैं वो मैंने बता दिए। इसी तरीके से अगर आपको पावर फैक्टर इंप्रूव करना ही है तो जो लाइन जा रही होती हैं, जो ट्रांसमिशन लाइन जा रही होती हैं, L1 L2 और L3 के अंदर, तो उनको इस तरीके से हम एडजस्ट करते हैं कि इनके दरमियान जो टू कंडक्टिंग प्लेट्स, तो इनके दरमियान आर्टिफिशियली कैपेसिटेंस क्रिएट हो जाती है इस तरीके से। तो कंडक्टिंग प्लेट्स अपने अंदर कैपेसिटेंस का इफेक्ट रखती हैं, लेकिन ये जो कैपेसिटेंस का इफेक्ट है वो मीडियम और लॉन्ग ट्रांसमिशन में तो होता है, लेकिन शॉर्ट ट्रांसमिशन लाइन में नहीं होता। तो इनमें कैपेसिटेंस क्रिएट हो जाती है। और दूसरी बात, हम इंडिविजुअल कंडक्टर जो है ना, इनको इटसेल्फ जो है बंडल ऑफ कंडक्टर में लेके चलते हैं। अगर आपने देखे हो तो एक साथ दो दो तीन तीन कंडक्टर भी जा रहे होते हैं। 500 kV के अंदर तो 3 कंडक्टर चल रहे होते हैं। तो ये बंडल ऑफ कंडक्टर जो ऐसे चल रहे होते हैं, इनके अंदर कैपेसिटेंस क्रिएट हो जाती है इंडिविजुअली फेज में भी, और इससे पावर फैक्टर आपका वैसे भी इम्प्रूव हो जाता है क्योंकि इनके दरमियान इटसेल्फ भी कैपेसिटेंस बनती है। इसी तरीके से तीसरा जो लाइन होता है, ये भी आपने देखी होगी, एक ही सर्किट में तीन तीन चार चार लाइन जारी होती है। ये देखी है आपने, ये जो बाईपास से गुजर रही है ट्रांसमिशन लाइन।
ये सर ऐसा होता है, लेकिन सर इनके डिस्टेंस तो फिर बहुत कम रखना होता होगा।
जी, इनका डिस्टेंस कम रखना होता है और कम होता भी है, आपने देखा होगा ये बहुत करीब करीब होती हैं। मुश्किल से इनके दरमियान जो फासला होता है वो एक एक फिट का होता है, मतलब एक फिट ये बंच के अंदर चलती है समथिंग ना। इनके फिर वो लगे होते हैं, क्या कहते हैं उसको, सपोर्टर कहते हैं उसे, क्या कहते हैं मुझे ध्यान से निकल, स्पेसर स्पेसर कहते हैं उसे। तो ये उसे टाई करके रखता है सेम एक उसके अंदर। तो ये स्पेसर लगे होते हैं जो बिल्कुल मेक करके चलता है। उनके दरमियान एक स्पेस से दूसरे स्पेस के दरमियान जो फासला होता है वो तकरीबन 1 फीट का होता है, 12 इंच का तकरीबन। और ये बंच ऑफ कंडक्टर का लेके चलती है और इनके दरमियान इटसेल्फ जो है वो कैपेसिटेंस क्रिएट हो रही होती है। कैपेसिटेंस इटसेल्फ क्रिएट होती है, कैपेसिटेंस इनके अंदर भी क्रिएट होती है, यहाँ तो हो ही रही है कैपेसिटेंस, लेकिन इटसेल्फ इन कंडक्टर्स के अंदर इंडिविजुअली कैपेसिटेंस इन बंडल ऑफ कंडक्टर्स, इस एबीसी कहते हैं, एरियल बंडल कंडक्टर का कॉन्सेप्ट है, लेकिन इसको पावर ट्रांसमिशन लाइन कॉन्सेप्ट में बंडल ऑफ कंडक्टर कहते हैं। और इसका फायदा ये होता है कि आपकी टेंडेंसी बढ़ जाती है और खास तौर पे जो कैपेसिटिव इफेक्ट है वो भी इंडिविजुअल लाइन में बढ़ जाता है, जिसकी वजह से आपको कैपेसिटर लगाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती, बल्कि इन लाइंस के नतीजे में ही कैपेसिटेंस इसके अंदर पैदा हो जाती है, जिसे हम कहते हैं टू कंडक्टिंग प्लेट सेपरेटेड बाय अ डाइलेक्ट्रिक। डाइलेक्ट्रिक यहाँ पे एयर है, हवा के अंदर जो है यहाँ पे कैपेसिटेंस क्रिएट हो रही है इन लाइंस के अंदर, और आपको कैपेसिटर बैंक लगाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती और पावर फैक्टर आपका ऑटोमेटिकली इस तरह इम्प्रूव हो जाता है। तो ये इसका फायदा होता है। तो होपफुली यहाँ तक ये कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर होगा। और ये जो लैब में अब तक हमने कॉन्सेप्ट देखा है इसमें कोई डिफिकल्टी नहीं होगी आपको। फर्दर जो लैब रिपोर्ट है इसमें आपको मेंशन ये करना होगा कि इस लैब में आपने क्या सीखा है, और इसमें अगर फर्दर कोई डिफिकल्टी लैब के हवाले से है तो मुझे बता दीजिए, नहीं तो हम अब नेक्स्ट लैब अपनी स्टार्ट करते हैं और उसे डिस्कस करते हैं। कोई अगर डिफिकल्टी नहीं है तो
No, sir.
ओके।
ये
तो
सर क्लियर है।
ओके, एवरीथिंग इज क्लियर, देन वी फर्दर कंटिन्यू द सेशन। अच्छा, इस सेशन को यहाँ पे हम ब्रेक कर लेते हैं तो, और अगली जो लैब है वो अगले सेशन से स्टार्ट करते हैं।
जी सर।
तो जो लिंक ऑलरेडी मैंने शेयर किया हुआ है उससे आप सेशन को ज्वाइन करें। ये सेशन हम यहाँ पे बाइंड अप करते हैं और फिर जो लैब 4 है वो नए सेशन से हम स्टार्ट करेंगे। लिंक ऑलरेडी शेयर है ग्रुप पर, तो उससे कनेक्ट करें आप लोग।